everyone. We all have markers that we love to use and sometimes they dry out, and I want to show you a quick tip, calligraphy hack so to speak, on what happens if your marker dries out, your pen, your brush pen, and what you can do about it. So I have my KellyCreates large black brush tip pen, and it is dried out. Now sometimes you will even get a pen straight from the factory, or it's brand new and it seems dry, and this can help revive it because this is a newer pen. And so what do is you can just revive it with some watercolor or liquid watercolor ink. And I have the new KellyCreates watercolor ink here. This is the black. So what I'm going to do is, comes with a stopper, I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to put some paper towel down because I don't want it to go into my palette. And I'm just going to apply it directly here to the tip of my pen and touch the tip of my pen with the end of this little eyedropper and squeeze it a bit. Just make sure that tip is saturated. I don't know how much you can see, but it is getting really wet. I'm going to turn it and add a little bit more. It's hard to see the black, I know. Okay, I'll screw this top on. Always screw the top on your inks, your liquid inks, because otherwise it's trouble. So here's a close-up look of at that black. And then I can go to my paper and voila, I have my marker is revived. So now I can write. And sometimes you will have to, continue to add. Usually if it's a new pen in particular, the ink will wick up into this dried out nib, and then the flow of the ink will continue and you will continue to write. But let's say it isn't a new pen that is dry and it is a pen you've used a lot. So I have my KellyCreates Blossom Dream pen. It has two tips, and storage is important. You have to store these on the side because there are two reservoirs for the two tips, and you want the nibs to stay hydrated or wet with the ink. Anyway, this small tip here, right here, is drying out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my KellyCreates Rose watercolor ink, which is in the center of my KellyCreates palette, and I'm going to dip this in. Now remember, this reservoir is probably close to empty. So what I'm going to do is just dip my tip in here, hold it there for several seconds. I'm going to rotate it and make sure it drinks up some of that ink. And it's not going to fill up my marker, my pen, but when I do this, then I'm going to be able to use my pen because it has some ink in it. Now, because this is empty, I will not be able to continuously write. What I'll have to do is I will stop, because my nib is still in good shape. It's not frayed, it's not destroyed, so I do want to continue to use it. So I'm going to just continue to dip and write my word. So let me write the H like this, and you can see it's kind of drying out. The ink is that I dipped in is on the paper, so I will have to dip it again and continue to write. But I can refresh the nib that way. So whether your pen you got from the factory, any brush pen you got from a factory or brand new in a store is dry and has ink in the reservoir, you can rehydrate it and get the ink flowing, or you can actually take your dried pen, dip it in the ink, and continue to use it for your calligraphy. Thanks for watching.